Okay, so good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us in this information session regarding the Summer Undergraduate Research Program, which we like to refer to as SURP, which is within the Institute of Medical Sciences here at the University of Toronto. I want to first of all congratulate you for your interest in summer undergrad research experience. Um, this is programs open to medical students in their first or second year, as well as to undergraduate students. Uh, and why I say congratulations for your interest, because I think these experiences are so important in many ways to your career trajectories. Can I have the next slide? By way of introduction, my name is Ted Brown, and I am the director of the program. And Emily is the SURP coordinator. I am presently a senior scientist at the Lunenfeld-Tannenbaum Research Institute. I'm also a full professor in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, and I'm cross-pointed to the Institute of Medical Sciences, as well as to a few other departments here at the university. But I have to confess I enjoy my cross-appointment to the Institute of Medical Sciences, perhaps most of all. So I'll let Emily say a few words about herself, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the program, and then we'll field some questions from you.
So hi everybody. So welcome. As Ted mentioned, my name is Emily DeRosier, and part of my role is managing SURP, but I'm also responsible for admissions and recruitment at the Institute of Medical Science. And so should you choose to come to SURP in the summer, you will be seeing and hearing a lot from me. So if you have questions about the program, either now for the information session or later, feel free to contact me, and I should be able to answer them.
Yeah, so if you get into the program, you'll be seeing us on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have the next slide?
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Okay, so a lot of people have some confusion about what is the Institute of Medical Sciences. And really, because it's not a conventional department in the university, we don't have an undergraduate program. We are a graduate only program, and within the Faculty of Medicine. And basically what we are is the graduate unit for all of the clinical departments within the Faculty of Medicine, with the exception of laboratory medicine and pathobiology. They have their own graduate unit. So we're a very large department. We have over 600 faculty. We have over 500 graduate students, and this includes our thesis-based students. It also includes uh, students enrolled in biomedical communications, which, if you get into the program, you're going to learn more about these opportunities as well. So we are a research intensive unit, quite a diverse and varied field of research, which correlates with our clinical departments. Um, we we do have a home base. It's not in the medical sciences building, but it's in the Naylor building. But our faculty are distributed throughout the city, throughout the affiliated hospitals, and a few people based on the main campus as well. But we're found across the city, So it's a widespread department as well. There's an emphasis on translational research, but there's other opportunities as well in basic science. But we do cover bench basic science all the way up to clinical applications, and some of our faculty are involved in clinical trials. So it's a great department to be in to kind of see the breadth of biomedical research. Can I have the next slide? So, what does SURP offer for its participants? Well, first of all, the obvious, you're going to be able to gain research experience um, hands-on. And what we also hope to that experience is the opportunity to improve your critical thinking skills, your ability to analyze and assess research. Importantly, opportunities such as the summer undergraduate research program, they offer you the ability for network building. Now, a lot of you are interested in professional schools, you're interested in graduate schools, you need letters um, of recommendation. And I teach quite a bit at the university, and I'm sometimes approached to write a letter of recommendation for students that are in my class. And I can tell you that the graduate schools and the professional schools really don't want to hear from someone who was the course director of a course that a student had taken, because it's very limited what I can say about someone who's sitting in my class. I can't talk about their research capacity. I can't talk about their integrity and the personal characteristics and skills that they really want to learn about that go beyond what they can see on the printed page in your transcripts or in your letter of application. So when you work in a lab and you interact with the supervisors and the staff, you have an opportunity to get to know that for those individuals to get to know you, see who you are, and they can write meaningful letters of recommendation. We also have a weekly seminar series. It's mandatory for people that are participating in our program. And this is to expose you to various diverse research topics. We try to cover a broad range, and we try to select speakers who can also talk about how they got to where they are and what factors entered into their decision-making process. So if they're a clinical investigator, working on macular degeneration. How did they get there? Because at one point in their lives, they were all like you, they were all sitting in those seats. And so how did they get from there to where they are? And what were the important decision points or nodes that they encountered along the way? And some of it is very interesting and may hold some keys for you. And all of this put together, we hope will help you clarify your career plan. So you may enter into a summer undergraduate research experience, you're doing wet lab, and you find out, I really enjoy this. This really excites me. I enjoy working with my hands and asking these very fundamental questions. Or you can say, I got involved with clinical research. I love working with the data and patients. This is really for me. And even if interested in going to medical school, I want to integrate this into my career plans. So then, how do I do it? And we'll help you answer those questions as well. But alternatively, you may find out this isn't for me. I don't really enjoy the frustrations of wet lab. And that's important information for you as well. Okay. So We do kick off the program officially the start of June. Um, we have an orientation. It's 2 hours in duration. It's in person. Um, and we stress this in-person aspect because we want you to meet others in the program. We want you to have networking opportunities, and you can't have those if you're a black box on Zoom. So we want you to meet other people. We want you to meet our IMS, some of our IMS graduate students, and we're going to have some ice-breaking activities and refreshments. So it's a fun day. Our director, the IMS director, will be there and tell you a little bit of about IMS, welcome you to the program, and we'll just lay out some things. That's really the very first session of our weekly seminar series. And we will hold these every week. We start at 9 o'clock, I believe. It's a 1 hour. Um, some of these may be by Zoom, but we like to have most of them in person because, again, these are opportunities for networking. We want to expose you to some of our faculty and the diversity of research that's encompassed in IMS. We certainly can't do justice to the entire department. Again, 600 faculty, it's quite diverse. But to sort of give you an idea of what IMS is about and what opportunities lie within IMS, if you're so inclined to further your interest in graduate school or in research training. A few of our sessions will be by Zoom, but we'll try to keep that to a minimum. The program culminates with a research day, and this will be mid to late August. We'll be setting that date soon. And this is a very formal event. We run this much more formally than any other program at the University of Toronto. We run this like a mini convention. It's a full day. We have a keynote speaker. We have oral presentations, and then we have poster presentations. We provide you with breakfast and with lunch, and we have an award ceremony at the end. And this is really an opportunity for you to present your work to your peers and to IMS faculty. And you'll be asked questions in a safe environment. And we don't anticipate you're going to answer your research question in full in 12 to 16 weeks. So, but it is your opportunity to get that presentation experience, also preparing your talk or your poster, working with your supervisor and your lab team. It's a great way to build your networking and further presenting your research in a formal setting. So it's a very popular event. It's a lot of fun. We'll probably be hosting that at the faculty club at the University of Toronto. So just this slide is just kind of giving you a snapshot of where our your supervisors can come from. The Hospital Research Institutes, University of Health Network, Sunnybrook, Sinai Health, which is where I am, Women's College Hospital, St. Michael's Hospital, the Hospital for Sick Children, and Baycrest Hospital. We have faculty in all of these institutions, many of which will express interest in sponsoring a SURP student. Most of these places will have a research institute as well as clinical research side as well. And as I alluded to earlier, we do have our clinical department partners. and these are listed here. Anesthesiology, family and community medicine, medical imaging, general medicine, obstetrics and gynecology, which is the department I'm from, ophthalmology and vision sciences, otolaryngology, head and neck surgery, pediatrics, psychiatry. We do have quite a few members at CAMH, radiation oncology, and surgery. And then within surgery, there are 9 divisions. And I won't list them all, but anatomy would be in there. Urology, for example, would be in there as well. So our research day, as I mentioned, you can see some of the images from a research day in the past. This is where students, where you will showcase and present your work to faculty and peers in a formal conference style setting. It's good to get that opportunity. It kind of prepares you for when you actually, if let's say you do go to graduate school, you're going to go to your first conference, it's going to be like this. This is the experience. You'll be able to interact with your SURP students. We hope you form lifelong relationships with some of your peers. You're going to be interacting with IMS students and faculty. One thing we did last year is we hosted a social event to allow SURP students to interact more on a one-to-one basis in an informal setting. We kind of, what did we host? I believe we had a
They went to
breakout.
yeah, they went to the Pioneer, Black Creek Pioneer Village. They did an escape room.
Yeah, just an opportunity for you to interact with IMS students in a more informal way and ask your questions. So the day consists of our welcome, the keynote address, the podium presentations. These are by you, the students. We have a lunch break and time for you to network with your friends and faculty that are there. And then we have our poster presentations, and the podium presentations and the poster presentations are all judged. And then we have an award ceremony at the end. Okay.
Okay, so
you take over, Emily.
I will take over from here. So the application process, if any of you are previous SURP students, so the application process this year is slightly different, but generally still the same. So what you first need to do is you need to contact a supervisor who's interested in supervising a SURP student. The list is on the website. So then once you contact a supervisor, some supervisors want to interview you, some may want your CV or your transcripts, that sort of thing, to see if you'll be a good fit in their lab, to see if the research that they're doing is of interest to you, really, and vice versa. So once you have a supervisor, you'll need to complete the application form, which is the PDF form that you find on the website. Once you complete the application form, you need to sort of submit an application package, which is a Google Forms. So you need to upload the application form, the completed application form. So your supervisor needs to have signed the application form. You need to have it completed and all filled out with your signature and with your supervisor's signature, because that sort of confirms that you have a supervisor in place for SURP. We also need you to upload your transcripts and your CV. The deadline for application package submissions is February 25th at 11:55 p.m. So after that, then the form closes and you can't submit it. Please don't email me them. That's the deadline. It's hard and fast. once all the applications get submitted, we'll go through them. And application results will be emailed to you guys hopefully in mid-March. While I am eager to give you guys the results, I am also the admissions and recruitment officer for the IMS, so I do also do applications for grad schools as well. So, you know, patience in a response is appreciated, but like generally it's been March. So this year for students, you do actually get paid to be a SURP student. So you will be receiving a stipend this year. The stipend is $6,974 for the full 12 weeks, which is roughly 35 hours a week, because we are required to pay you a minimum wage. So that's what that works out for 12 weeks for minimum wage. So I'm going to just briefly do some general FAQs. So, but I will answer, we will answer any additional questions that you guys have after. So common questions that we get are, if you're a Canadian student who's currently doing an undergrad degree at a university outside of Canada, and if you're still eligible to apply, and the answer is yes. So say, for example, you're doing, if you're a Canadian citizen, but you're going to, I don't know, you're at Boston University and you're coming back for the summer, you're still eligible to apply for SURP as a domestic applicant. When you're uploading transcripts, I don't need an official transcript from the university, but you know, something taken from, like, U of T students, we have Acorn. You can take your unofficial transcripts or your academic history. You can download, like, those unofficial transcripts I will take, but we cannot take a screenshot or a picture or a JPEG file of your transcripts. We actually need the actual, you know, we need transcripts, not a screenshot. And the last common question that we get, I will submit my application form and resume by the application deadline, but can I send my transcripts after the deadline? No, I need a complete application package. So I don't want a piecemeal. I don't want by the 25th, I get an application form and then like a week later, I get your transcripts. We need a completed application package. We need all of those documents together in one package together by the deadline. No pressure. So you can go to the website for more information about the program. There's more FAQs on there as well. ims.surp. ims.ca/SURP, or you can just Google IMS SURP and it'll pop up.